We're constantly bombarded by images of what wealth looks like, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Scroll through social media, watch a luxury ad,
Uh-huh.
even just driving around. It's all high-end cars, designer labels, those endless sun-drenched vacations.
The glamorous life.
But it really begs the question, are these true signals of prosperity, or are they just, well, very convincing facades?
That's the essential question, really. Because what we often perceive as wealth, on the surface, it can be wildly misleading.
Yeah.
Our sources make a critical distinction here, one that kind of shifts everything. The difference between what they call real wealth and fake wealth.
And that's exactly what this deep dive is all about. We're going to pull back the curtain on those common assumptions, using our source material to truly define what it means to be genuinely rich.
Which is so much more than a bank balance.
Exactly. It's far beyond just a collection of expensive things. Real wealth, our sources argue, it's a profound state. It includes happiness, security, fulfillment, deep connections, leaving a legacy.
And peace of mind. Can't forget that.
Definitely peace of mind.
So our mission today is really to arm you, the listener, with this clarity. We want to help you identify and, avoid the traps of what's often mistaken for prosperity.
Right.
So you can focus on building true, lasting abundance in your own life. We're going to dissect the underlying mindsets, the subtle priorities, and the specific behaviors that genuinely define prosperity.
Okay, so let's start by unpacking this illusion of affluence. Because appearances, it turns out, can be incredibly deceptive.
I really can.
Our sources point out that luxury cars, designer clothing, grand homes, they're almost universally seen as status symbols, right?
Standard playbook.
Yet this is where the disconnect begins, because that perception often hides a very different reality.
And what's truly fascinating, maybe a bit shocking, is how many people actually stretch their finances. I mean, right to the breaking point.
Just to look rich.
Exactly. Just to look affluent. They'll take on substantial loans, rack up credit card debt, or lease expensive items purely for the optics.
So it's all about the image.
It is. And the counterintuitive truth our research reveals is that often those very extravagant belongings are a screaming indicator of a lack of financial stability or savings. It's not performing success, even if the personal cost is, well, financial fragility.
You see people making these excessive purchases, and you think, okay, maybe they're doing well, but often it's primarily to boost their ego or climb some social ladder.
Yeah, keeping up with the Joneses, digitally or otherwise.
But our sources draw such a sharp contrast with genuinely wealthy individuals. Those who have built true prosperity often gravitate towards dependable, quality items.
Things that last. Things that serve a purpose.
Right, and they choose to funnel their surplus funds into income-generating assets, or significant charitable contributions, or building a lasting legacy.
It's a completely different set of priorities, a stark choice.
Yeah.
Superficial indicators versus the quiet, deeper foundations of lasting prosperity.
Which leads us straight to the digital stage, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Social media.
Oh, yeah. It's amplified this illusion tenfold. Platforms like Instagram allow for such meticulous curation. The picture-perfect vacation, the gourmet dinner, the high-end fashion.
Always looking perfect.
Always. But these snapshots frequently present a distorted reality. That exotic trip could be a single credit card-funded splurge.
Right. Not their everyday life.
Not at all. Those lavish meals might be rare special occasions, and that gram-worthy moment by a stunning pool could easily be a rented Airbnb for the day.
It's become incredibly difficult to tell true wealth from someone who's just, well, overextending themselves online.
It really has. The sources are clear. Many influencers and self-proclaimed high rollers on social media are in reality battling significant financial difficulties behind those glamorous personas.
Wow.
These platforms have perfected the illusion of effortless wealth, focusing solely on the glossy exterior.
And that's precisely the trap, isn't it? Consumers get caught in this cycle of living beyond their means, overspending on status symbols just to uphold an image.
And it fundamentally sabotages their ability to accumulate genuine wealth. It often leads to deep debt, massive mortgages.
I mean, even financial distress.
Absolutely. It's a classic case of prioritizing fleeting appearances over long-term financial security.
So, if we boil this down, the core insight here isn't just about, disciplined saving and investing within your budget, which is, of course, essential.
Yeah.
But it's about a deeper psychological shift, a fundamental detachment from needing that external validation as a metric for success.
That's it. Overspending for appearances isn't just poor money management, it's a profound misplacement of priorities, often driven by insecurity.
Which brings us perfectly to mindsets.
Yeah.
Because the attitudes driving real wealth versus fake wealth are fundamentally different.
Night and day. Our sources describe truly wealthy individuals as having this powerfully forward-thinking mindset.
Looking ahead.
Exactly. They embody patience with immediate gratification and an unwavering focus on accumulating assets, things that grow value. Their decisions are rooted in financial responsibility, meticulously aligned with their long-term goals. And crucially, their identity comes from purpose and accomplishments, not from what they own.
That's such a profound distinction. For them, financial independence, building a lasting legacy, making smart investments. These aren't just buzzwords.
No, they're daily practices. Their financial prudence and diligent saving habits are the bedrock. They understand compound interest, the power of time.
They live below their means, budget, invest consistently.
And they steer clear of excessive spending on temporary status symbols. They prioritize purchases that directly align with their long-term objectives, and they're perpetually learning, always enhancing their skills.
Okay, so contrast that with the fake wealth mindset.
Well, that's all about instant gratification through material possessions. It's a relentless pursuit of keeping up with others, driven by this need to project a deceptive facade of prosperity.
Buying things they can't really afford.
Frequently. Making choices solely to impress, and basing their entire self-worth on these external trappings. It's an indulgence in unnecessary expenses, not for value, but purely to satisfy an ego.
We have a really powerful anecdote from our sources that illustrates this perfectly. Can we walk through that?
Yeah, the story of Jenny and Sandra. Let's do it.
Okay, so imagine Jenny. She pulls up to the country club in her brand new luxury SUV, dripping in designer clothes. Her accessories are glinting.
Making an entrance.
Definitely. As she settles into the restaurant, she pointedly places her prestigious phone on the table, clearly hoping to draw attention.
Now, across the room sits Sandra. She's a self-made billionaire, yet her attire is remarkably understated.
No flash.
No flash at all, and she arrived in a perfectly dependable, unassuming car. Her immense fortune was built through decades of prudent investments and shrewd business strategy, not through ostentatious spending.
So when it's time to pay.
Jenny makes a show of using her high-tier credit card, hoping to convey importance. Sandra, on the other hand, pays discreetly, almost unnoticeably.
And leaves a generous tip.
A remarkably generous tip, but quietly.
The fundamental difference here is just striking, isn't it? Jenny's core concern was showcasing her status.
Showing off.
While Sandra's priority was simply enjoying the conversation and the company of her friends, she understood, as our sources emphasize, that true wealth comes from financial intelligence and quiet accumulation.
Not from flashy displays.
Exactly. And the story ends with Jenny feeling this deep, unsettling emptiness as she leaves, wondering if all her extravagant spending was actually failing to deliver the admiration and self-assurance she so desperately craved.
It's such a vivid portrayal of the emotional void that fake wealth can leave behind. And this ties directly into how genuine wealth often manifests in incredibly subtle, almost surprising ways.
Like the no-brand look you mentioned.
Exactly. Take, for instance, the surprising preference many truly wealthy individuals have for no-brand looks.
Okay, it's fascinating, isn't it? While many strive to project wealth through flashy designer logos on handbags or cars.
The bigger the better sometimes.
Right. Our sources show that people with significant genuine wealth often prioritize substance over those outward displays. Think of those well-known billionaires, famous for their simple t-shirts, jeans, and sneakers.
Not chasing every new designer trend.
No. So why this no-brand philosophy? What are the reasons?
Our sources offer several compelling ones. Firstly, the super-rich simply don't feel the need to broadcast their status. Their confidence comes from within, from their achievements.
They don't need the logo to feel validated.
Precisely. Secondly, they often have highly refined, unique personal tastes that go beyond fleeting trends. And perhaps most practically, an excessive focus on logos can just draw unwanted attention.
Right. Security risks, maybe. Envy. Media scrutiny.
All of the above. Those who grew up with extreme wealth are often taught the importance of financial privacy from a young age. Their focus is on high-quality, valuable, timeless investments, not temporary, branded fads. Their self-worth simply isn't tied to material possessions.
And this idea extends beyond just personal style, doesn't it? It goes into this profound sense of stewardship.
Absolutely. The truly wealthy, as our sources explain, often prioritize creating lasting assets that can be passed down through generations. They're investing for the long haul.
Building a legacy.
Yes, and part of that is prioritizing teaching their heirs genuine financial literacy, how to save, invest, manage, and grow wealth responsibly.
So it's not just about passing on money.
No, it's about instilling a mindset focused on long-term sustainability and positive impact. They meticulously use estate planning, trusts, wills, tax optimization, all to ensure their assets are managed effectively and transferred thoughtfully.
When you look at the bigger picture then, these choices are part of broader, subtle indicators of genuine wealth that often go unnoticed.
Exactly. Like their demeanor. It's often calm, confident, purposeful. They exude this quiet self-assurance with no perceived need to impress anyone.
And that's earned, right, not accidental.
Definitely not. It comes from years of dedicated learning, handling setbacks with resilience, consistently growing their assets. Their wealth is an outcome of inner fulfillment and success, not some prop for external validation.
Their fashion sense, as we discussed, sophisticated yet unpretentious. High quality, practical, but not ostentatious.
Right. And their relationships are equally telling. They cultivate deep, meaningful connections with influential thinkers, experts, people who foster new insights and ideas.
So it's about intellectual curiosity.
Very much so. They engage effortlessly with ambitious, sophisticated people, sharing stories without any hint of trying to impress. It's a different kind of networking.
And crucially, there's delayed gratification.
Oh, that's the bedrock principle, almost always. The ability to resist immediate temptations for far greater future returns, allowing investments to compound steadily over time.
Which requires real financial literacy.
Absolutely. They prioritize self-education, managing their finances effectively, truly understanding investing and estate planning, and perhaps most importantly, steering clear of any get-rich-quick schemes.
Patience, discipline, focus.
That's what allows real wealth to flourish.
Our sources share another anecdote that really brings these subtle indicators to life. The story of Alex and Jacob.
Ah, yes, that's a great one.
So Alex initially found Jacob, well, pretty unremarkable. Dressed casually, driving a humble car, nothing flashy.
Just a regular guy, seemingly?
Right. But over time, Alex started to notice far more significant things,
Like what?
like Jacob's impressive depth of knowledge in business and investing. He had these profound insights into economic forces that few others grasped.
Ah, the quiet expertise.
Exactly. And he was constantly getting calls from highly accomplished, influential people seeking his input. Yet he remained completely at ease, no airs or pretense.
Interesting.
And while Jacob maintained a generally simple lifestyle, he wasn't afraid to splurge on true quality for special occasions, like an exceptionally rare, expensive bottle of wine.
Okay, so mindful indulgence.
Yes. And after Alex shared a personal family financial setback, Jacob quietly, without any fanfare, took care of a few significant bills. Just pure generosity, no expectation of repayment.
Wow, that speaks volumes.
It does. Alex eventually realized Jacob had quietly built immense wealth through exceptionally smart, long-term investments. He was incredibly responsible with his spending, had cultivated this powerful global network, and used his financial security to pursue passion projects that genuinely excited him,
So his confidence came from purpose and knowledge.
not from his possessions. And Alex even got to visit Jacob's home. From the outside, spacious but modest. But inside, priceless artwork, state-of-the-art appliances, all owned outright. No mortgage.
A hidden gem.
Totally. And it perfectly exemplified Jacob's approach when Alex noticed a sleek luxury car perfectly maintained tucked away in Jacob's garage.
No. But he didn't drive it daily.
Nope. Jacob continued to use his trusty old sedan for daily errands, keeping the luxury vehicle away from the elements. It just perfectly embodies his prioritization of wealth management over public display.
Managing assets, not flaunting them.
Exactly. His lifestyle subtly hinted at luxury, but it was clear his indulgences, like that expensive vintage wine, were guilt-free because they were built on a foundation of wise, disciplined investments and a lifetime of delayed gratification.
That story really underscores how true wealth is often this quiet, almost invisible force. But what about the flip side? What are the glaring warning signs of that wannabe-rich behavior?
Right, the red flags. Our source material outlines some clear indicators.
One major one is the relentless pursuit of get-rich-quick schemes. People chasing the appearance of wealth constantly jump from one flashy venture to another.
Instead of buckling down.
Exactly. Instead of committing to developing sustainable assets and skills over time, this highlights a fundamental failure of financial restraint.
Meaning they acquire liabilities.
Yes. Things like luxury cars, designer clothes, instead of making wise investments. They often borrow excessively to maintain an unsustainable lifestyle, which inevitably leads to deep financial vulnerability.
Then there's the bragging in comparison. That seems common.
Oh, incessant. Those desperate to appear wealthy often boast about their money, name-drop famous people, ostentatiously display new purchases, or constantly talk about exotic vacations just to project status.
And crucially, they do this instead of talking about sound financial principles.
Precisely. And they constantly compare their cars, homes, brands to others, seeking that external validation. Our sources reveal this isn't a sign of true abundance, it just broadcasts deep financial and emotional insecurity.
Because genuine wealth comes from inner self-assurance.
Exactly.
What about the endless upgrades?
Yeah, that's another telltale sign. As income increases, they immediately purchase more expensive cars, clothes, homes, with little to no thought given to sustainable finances. It just hinders any real long-term security.
Always chasing the next bigger, better thing.
And this is often paired with poor time management.
Yeah.
Some prioritize work to an excessive degree, neglecting their well-being, personal fulfillment, other vital aspects of life, all in the relentless pursuit of material possessions and status.
Which is the opposite of how financially savvy people operate.
Completely. They understand that time is their most valuable asset and manage it consciously for a truly fulfilling life, on their own terms.
And the consequences of maintaining this facade, they sound pretty grim.
They really are. It breeds debt, anxiety, despair, a very superficial kind of happiness, and it traps individuals in an endless rat race driven by insecurity and emotional voids.
Our source shares the story of Kieran, which sounds like a very real struggle.
Yeah, Kieran found himself mindlessly scrolling social media, constantly feeling inadequate.
Comparing himself to others online.
Constantly. So he poured his hard-earned money from his app development side gig into spontaneous flights and luxurious hotel rooms, desperately trying to maintain this online image.
Snapping pictures, hoping for likes.
Exactly. Drinking champagne in fancy places, hoping for the comments that would make him feel admired. But meanwhile, the app's user logins plummeted. His accounts went into overdraft.
Whoa, wow.
His health, relationships, business, everything suffered. He felt financially strained and battled this intense imposter syndrome.
But his story takes a turn, right?
It does. Here's where Kieran's story is pivotal. His breakthrough came when he finally opened up to his close friends. He realized he wasn't alone in his hidden struggles.
The power of connection.
Immense. They found solace in open discussion and practical guidance. Kieran began this powerful shift, transitioning from superficial social climbing to community service, focusing his energy on those truly in need.
And he realized.
He realized that the pursuit of materialistic wealth only left him unfulfilled. That true happiness, the kind that lasts, came from genuine connections and purpose, even if they didn't get societal approval or those coveted likes.
That brings us to such a crucial point, one that's often overlooked. Just having a high income doesn't automatically mean you're truly wealthy.
Not at all. Money alone cannot buy wisdom, fulfillment, genuine connections, self-actualization, or a lasting legacy.
Our sources highlight that many people earn substantial paychecks but still live paycheck to paycheck.
Precisely because they're fueling a flashy, unsustainable lifestyle.
Our sources even point to happiness research. What does that show?
It consistently shows that baseline contentment tends to plateau once basic needs are comfortably met. Beyond a certain threshold, the relentless focus on money as the primary path to happiness just yields diminishing returns.
So what then is the real purpose of true wealth, according to our sources?
True wealth, they clarify, stems from managing finances responsibly towards objectives far grander than mere materialism, like passing on deeply held values, contributing meaningfully to social causes, passionately pursuing creative endeavors, or engaging in lifelong learning. If one's ultimate purpose revolves around money itself rather than what it enables,
then true wealth remains elusive.
Always. The cultivation of character, they stress, ultimately supersedes any quantity of currency.
So how do those with genuine wealth actually put it to good use?
Our sources draw a compelling contrast here. Think about investing in uplifting experiences, meaningful travel, transformative education, supporting impactful causes.
Things that create memories and growth.
Exactly. Versus simply acquiring luxury vehicles that rapidly depreciate in value. Knowledgeable, wealthy individuals, as the research indicates, master this powerful combination. thoughtful spending, intentional generosity, understanding that true philanthropy creates profound spiritual benefits, and sophisticated investment strategies designed for sustained growth.
They ask different questions before spending.
Yes. Our sources suggest asking critical questions before any major purchase or capital allocation. Does this truly bring me joy? How can I add value with this? How can this increase my overall abundance beyond just a dollar figure? Applying these criteria consistently leads to lasting fulfillment.
There's another powerful anecdote here, the journey of Alexa, the tech executive.
Ah, Alexa. Highly successful, right?
Immensely. Pulling in $1 million income before she was 30, indulging in the luxury car, designer clothes, penthouse parties, extravagant vacations. She truly exuded accomplishment.
Living the dream, seemingly.
Seemingly. But despite all her success, this pervasive sense of emptiness began to haunt her.
What was that?
What's truly striking in Alexa's story is that due to her relentless ambition, she had virtually no time for building meaningful relationships. Her professional accomplishments, she realized, primarily served shareholder interests, not substantial societal change.
Then her health suffered.
Severely. Compromised by her demanding, fast-paced lifestyle. She constantly felt she never had enough, always comparing herself to even wealthier peers.
Oof, that sounds exhausting.
It was. A significant health scare ultimately became her turning point. She understood with piercing clarity that true inner peace simply could not be bought.
What did she find fulfillment in then?
She discovered it came from balancing her career with family, friendships, personal growth, and service to others, even if it meant a conscious choice to accept a lower income. So moving beyond just accumulating money, cultivating what our sources call a deserving wealth mindset is absolutely paramount.
It is. They stress that simply desiring wealth isn't enough. It's about diligently developing character traits aligned with abundance.
Such as,
Things like dedication, persistence, a commitment to problem solving, deep responsibility, unwavering honesty, a thirst for knowledge, and genuine care for the community's welfare. True wealth, they argue, ultimately emerges from a sense of service and responsibility.
what role does inner transformation play in this?
It's essential. Our sources emphasize that an inner shift towards what they term prosperity consciousness is absolutely vital because without it, any acquired wealth is frequently mismanaged.
So inner wealth has to come first.
In a way, yes. True wealth stewards understand that their role is to manage, grow, and distribute financial gains for the betterment of society. That's fundamentally different from those who act impulsively or out of greed. Inner wealth guides how outer wealth is handled.
So connecting this to the bigger picture, it means really learning from the self-made wealthy.
Absolutely. Look at their daily habits. Disciplined routines, a relentless thirst for knowledge, a conscious effort to cultivate relationships with positive role models.
Our sources mention books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Right, which champions entrepreneurialism and building income-generating assets.
Yeah, and the man are next door.
Which underscores diligent investment and delayed gratification. Virtues like consistently upheld commitments and a mindset of win-win exchanges are deeply valued.
It sounds like the truly wealthy prioritize things differently.
Completely. They prioritize innovation, solving complex problems, and uplifting their communities far more than flaunting their wealth. Their focus is on financial responsibility, forward-thinking strategy, and mindfulness over material excess. It isn't about proving anything, it's about purpose.
We have one final story here that really ties all these concepts together beautifully. The tale of Joe and Michelle.
Okay, Joe and Michelle.
So Joe had these elaborate fantasies of an opulent lifestyle, grand mansions, luxury cars, but he utterly lacked marketable skills.
All desire, no substance.
Pretty much. And he felt this deep sense of entitlement, always pursuing shortcuts and quick fixes. When his ideas inevitably fell short, he'd just blame external factors.
The blame game.
Right. But his perspective dramatically shifted after an unexpected meeting with Michelle, a self-made billionaire.
What was different about her?
Despite her immense fortune, she exuded humility. She was deeply impacting local communities and inspiring global change through her profound wisdom and unwavering work ethic. That must have been eye-opening for Joe.
Hugely. He found it truly instructive to witness her nature, prompting him to deeply contemplate the qualities that truly attract abundance versus the pitfalls of entitlement.
So he decided to change.
He did. From that day, Joe committed to transforming his own mindset, starting with a disciplined dive into financial literacy.
Learning the fundamentals.
Yes. His understanding grew, and with it, his sense of personal responsibility. He began studying inspirational leaders like Michelle, focused intently on self-improvement, and sought out collaborative opportunities that directly addressed societal needs.
And his ventures started working.
They did. Now, rooted in genuine value, they began to attract investor support. And through diligent, ethical efforts, he generated significant wealth within just a few years.
So he learned the lesson.
He finally understood that true abundance comes to those who earn it ethically through service and disciplined effort, not from desperation or a scarcity mindset. It's a journey of patience, character, and ultimately earned abundance.
So what does all this mean for your personal path, for the listener's path to genuine wealth?
Well, our sources consistently reinforce that building true prosperity isn't about relying on chance windfalls. It demands unwavering discipline and prudence.
Okay, so let's get practical. What are some steps people can start taking today based on our sources?
First, consciously reduce unnecessary expenses and commit to consistent saving. Seems basic, but it's foundational.
Build that foundation.
Exactly. Then explore intelligent investment options, things like diversified funds, maybe real estate, truly understanding how your money can work for you over time. Compound interest is powerful.
What else?
Actively reject mass consumerism and its pressures. Continually foster high-earning skills and cultivate positive, growth-oriented connections.
And if you do buy luxuries,
Ensure that any luxury purchases genuinely enhance and reward your journey, rather than merely attempting to impress strangers. That's a key difference.
protect your time too.
Fiercely protect your valuable time by diligently working towards financial independence and accumulating assets. And finally, cultivate a deeply grateful and generous mindset. That allows true prosperity to extend far beyond just material possessions.
The mindset, above all, seems to be the absolute key.
It really is.
For
Anyone, regardless of their starting point, can achieve profound freedom and lasting fulfillment by consciously prioritizing long-term happiness over those fleeting short-term pleasures.
cultivate a mindset rooted in genuine prosperity.
Yes, viewing money management not as some chore, but as a developable skill, like a craft. It's a continuous journey of growth.
And that means taking consistent steps, right?
Uh-huh.
Towards ongoing education, exploring entrepreneurial opportunities, practicing mindful spending.
Absolutely. Our sources strongly suggest reflecting deeply on your personal values, actively challenging any limiting beliefs you might hold about wealth.
We all have those sometimes.
We do, and engage with motivational resources, online communities, personal journals, thought leaders, to truly embody the principles of genuine prosperity. It's about inner self-reflection, honing your unique skills, and building a network of people who genuinely align with your values.
Ultimately, then, this deep dive has really shown us that true wealth is not just a figure on a balance sheet.
Not even close. It's a profound, evolving state of personal growth, deep fulfillment, and ideally, a lasting, positive impact on the world around you. It's fundamentally about building enduring value rather than chasing fleeting material satisfaction.
So maybe the final thought to leave everyone with is this. What does your deepest, most fulfilling definition of abundance truly look like? Stripped bare of any material possession or social status.
And maybe starting today, how will you courageously align your daily actions and choices with that true north? We really encourage you to reflect on these insights, honestly evaluate your own priorities, and take concrete steps to cultivate a mindset of genuine abundance, investing deeply in your relationships, your skills, and truly meaningful experiences.